I don't know.
Well, the pond behind us is still frozen. They wouldn't have been able to get much out unless they cut the ice first.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they lost a barn.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think I read 4
Four
buildings
of
they
them.
lost. Yeah,
They lost 4 barns?
Yeah,
4 structures, yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Well,
that's awful.
last I read, at least her house was spared.
No.
Yeah, the picture looked like the house was still standing. The barns that they looked like they lost weren't that close to the house.
They're across
There's
the
a big
road.
long one.
Yeah, they're across the road from her house.
Oh, were they?
But the wind was blowing that direction though, so it would have been real easy for embers to catch. And
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
they evacuated. They went in and got Anita out of the house.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What possessed him to even try to burn something today with the wind so high?
Was that how it started?
I get giggles on the other end of the phone.
Stan knows something that he's not telling.
Yeah, there was a man burning railroad ties.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't the guy that owned the farm?
It was
Or don't you know?
on their farm, I believe, but yeah, he's. It'll be interesting. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be.
Okay. I see you there. Okay.
Hmm. But they said they had 25 departments there.
Wow.
25.
Wow.
Hi, Jeff.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm watching the news as we conference here.
Oh, I was,
Oh,
I
that's
was talking
okay.
to Elaine Ferris, so. She's the speaker. at
You
the-
have time.
She thinks she's got it all set up to share her screen, so we'll see how it goes.
Who's that?
Elaine Ferris, she's on the next meeting for the Historical Society.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to figure
Your
out if she's
next
gonna talk
meeting.
to us.
No, I get a lot of extra mileage out of my Zoom account by having everybody share it. So.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, that's all right. As long as it works.
Yeah.
As long as it works.
the Lions of Michigan one, the state IT committee has its own Zoom account. They bumped the attendance capacity up to 500 for Saturday
Oh,
for the forum. And we got, typically, when I looked at it, there were about 200 people online. We had 330 people sign up.
wow.
They were from actually all over the world.
That was for the forum?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. Wonder how International's
the
going to
people.
do.
I don't know. They're probably going to go with a different platform. USA Canada Forum went with some other platform that's a lot heavier in things you can do on the side, bigger capacity, and I don't know what else. But yeah, they paid about $14,000 to do the USA Canada Forum. We paid maybe $150 for the extra capacity to do it versus a webinar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, do we have anybody else online yet?
Not as yet, Lorraine. But
Well, we got 5 minutes to go.
we got 5 minutes yet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Hello, Rich.
Rich.
there's Rich.
Here's
Rich.
Rich.
There's
Hey,
Rich.
Rich.
Well, all everybody's snow gone off their yards.
You know, I've got a
See
little
the green
bit on
grass?
back yet, but
We're having a little bit of green grass that you can see.
Most of our snow is melted, but there's still one patch that Molly can make her snow angels in.
Yeah, there are a few big piles yet in the big parking lots.
Yeah,
Everybody got their COVID shots.
got my first one.
I was fortunate just to get one. I got the Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, you're
Oh,
lucky.
Okay.
how'd you
Here in
manage
Mason-
that?
Here in Mason at the fairgrounds.
Really?
Yep. I guess from what one of the girls said, the fairgrounds was a pilot to see how it went. And Linda Vale was there. I got to talk to her. Smooth. Didn't even have to get out of the car. They had 4 lanes of cars in the big arena, and they had it right down to a science. They timed you, put your number when you got your shot. They come along and told you how many more minutes you had, and once you were ready to go, you start your car, and they guided you out the back of the building.
How nice.
Meyer
Out of
started
the back of the
theirs, uh,
building, down by the horse barns, and that's the way. You had to go in on Kip Road. You couldn't go
Okay.
in the other way.
Mhm.
But
My-
I mean, they had it down to a science. It was cool.
Meyer started
Didn't have to get out of the car. Pardon, did they start yesterday?
yesterday.
Well,
They're
was it?
doing Pfizer. So,
Yeah, I figured they were getting ready because I was in there yesterday as well. I was in there Monday, and they were getting tables and stuff all set up and areas set up. So
they started yesterday.
chairs in the book area.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw people waiting in the toy aisles. So,
Yeah.
I got my
Boy.
shot yesterday morning, kind of first thing, and then went and did errands afterwards. I got my shot at Rite Aid. Went to Meyer afterwards. I said, "Oh, I wonder how come there's so many cars in the parking lot. That's unusual for midweek." I went inside and saw lines. I said, "Now I know." There's Lynn Mark. Hey, Lynn.
Hello,
Hi, Lynn.
hello.
well, Peggy's going to
Hello,
Rite Aid
hello.
on Saturday, Karen. So
What'd say?
Peggy's going to Rite Aid to get hers on Saturday.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
it was
he?
great. Lot less hassle than in Meyer, I think. Well, Meyer wasn't a hassle. It's just that there were very long lines. And Rite Aid, you make an appointment, and appointments are 15 minutes apart. So it was pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, the fairgrounds was really easy. Put my mask on, the guy outside guided me down a little aisle, and lady checked my paperwork and put it on the windshield, and then drove around and drove into the building. And when they got enough in there, they closed the door and come to ask you more questions and give a shot that I didn't even know she'd given it to me. It was so smooth.
Wow,
And waited my 15 minutes and left.
cool.
Way it is,
Yep.
that's the way it is up to Sears also. It's pretty slick.
Yep,
We get
and
our
up
second
Embassy
one.
Pavilion.
We get our second one on the 15th, which is Monday, so.
Yeah. I got my second one at 12:30 today.
Good for you.
Yeah, Gordon gets his 31st, his second one. He got his through the VA.
And
Oh.
Ruth is, I think, 2 weeks out from getting her second one.
Yeah. Well, you know, some people aren't going to get them, but I guess that's their choice. I choose to get one.
Yeah, me too.
Well, given my comorbidities, I know I'd end up in the hospital, so I'm glad I know I won't. I'd rather be in the hospital for something else. Thank you.
I'd
Well,
rather be
yeah,
out in the
Yeah,
hospital.
true,
That's where sick
true.
people are.
Hi, Cindy.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy.
Cindy,
Hi, everyone.
Good to see you
Hello.
right up again.
Pardon me?
Good to see you right side up.
Oh, yeah.
Sideways for a quick moment.
Oh, was I? I was turning my iPad around. Or tablet.
Are we ready to start?
We could start.
Yep.
Let me go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Say the pledge. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Like,
Of
of the
the
of
United
the United
States of
States
America
of America,
and to the republic
the republic for which it stands,
stands
one nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
with liberty and
justice
justice for all. Lion's Prayer. We stand to offer
Stand to
thanks
offer
and
thanks
praise
and
And
praise
praise
to the
to
giver
the
of all
giver
good.
of all good. And may
May
he fill our
fill our
hearts
hearts
With the
with the
spirit.
with the spirit of
brotherhood.
brotherhood.
Amen.
and
Amen.
I
We
don't
have
think
no
we have any
visitors.
No,
Pardon me?
no visitors.
Okay, secretary's report. I'm assuming you all have got it through email, and is there any corrections or additions to it?
Looked good to me.
I have no changes.
Me either.
Okay, need a motion?
Move to accept the report.
Accept the minutes.
second,
It's been moved and seconded. We accept the secretary's report. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Treasurer's report, nothing new since last month. The totals are the same. I've had no activity. Okay, old business. How's the barbecue fundraiser doing?
The organization for it's going pretty well. I talked to the folks at Saddleback Barbecue, and they're going to be selling us their barbecue sauce at $5 a bottle, so we can sell it at $10 a bottle. So I got that
Okay,
from them. And the other thing that I did was I made a reservation for us to be at the Spring Fling show downtown around the courthouse on May 1st. And that's what I plan on having people come and pick up their barbecue sauce.
okay. So you sell it ahead of time and they pick it up there at Spring Fling.
Right. And of course, if they can't do it, then we'll have to make other arrangements. Now, I had the
Okay.
opportunity to take a look at a presentation by somebody in Canada on using Square to do fundraising. That was on YouTube, Lions Club. And he talked about how to do fundraising with credit and debit cards. I think we really do need to do that and have that account. The only thing it costs us is a certain percentage in a transaction fee for every time somebody uses a card. But obviously, we're going to want to be able to people order their barbecue sauce online and be able to pay for it online. So this seems to be the best way for us to do that. The other thing that it will allow us to do, there is a small fee for a reader, and we can go ahead and get a reader, and we can go ahead and take cards at our booth for Spring Fling or anything else in the future, and be able to handle it that way. So I gave you on the agenda that link to take a look at that guy's video, and I think I can do it. If you guys think I should, I'll go ahead and do it.
I
I
support,
watched the video and I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I did too.
we used Square when we were having the Quiet Adventure Quiet Water Symposium live, and that worked very, very well.
Yeah.
So we were pleased with it.
The thing that was,
Well, what? Go ahead.
the thing that caught my eye was not just that it's a mechanism for collecting something online with a credit card, but the hints about how to collect more money, I thought was very valuable.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It's especially, I mean, what he was pointing out is after their COVID shutdown, when they started doing this, they thought their revenue would be way down, and it turned out it was higher and more than made up for what they would normally do.
I think that
Well,
what they did is they started asking people for money. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
All right, if that's okay with everybody, I guess you could go ahead and make a motion for that so that I could go ahead and set that up.
I so move.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded that we allow Doug to set up, excuse me, the credit debit card information for sales of barbecue sauce. Any further discussion?
One other thing, this is maybe directed to you, Doug. He did talk about setting up a club's own website, not through the Lions. which I thought sounded pretty good if someone's,
We have one.
knowledgeable enough to do that.
We have one.
Oh, we already have one?
Yeah, Cindy
Yeah.
had set it up years ago. I went in and looked at it in the fall. And I've not been back to touch on it, but we can, and I mentioned it to Doug as well back in the fall, but of course,
I think that's,
water under the
yeah.
bridge.
But
since
that's
then.
the Lions Club.
that's a
Yeah,
Lions
that's-
Club one. Yeah.
That's Lions International.
And
Yeah, website through Lions International.
No, I'm talking, this is independent, totally from,
Independent?
I know,
Oh, okay.
Jeff, they talked about the one through Lions International that you can.
yes.
But these people apparently are flush, and so they they went ahead and set up their own website and webpage. So
Can you sell things off of Lions International though?
you can link to the Square. You can link to that information on Square. So yeah, we can go ahead and do that, and we can link to it, of course, through Facebook. So there's a number of good opportunities, even without going with our website, with our
Well, that
own.
was the other thing I wondered about. That was the other thing I wondered about is, are there any, can we advertise through Facebook?
Oh yes,
Yes?
Yeah, you can.
Although Facebook wants a cut. I mean, you
Yeah.
can post, but then they,
we can do lots of publicity, and it doesn't cost us anything.
right.
And we do want to keep it local because I'm not delivering a bottle of barbecue sauce to Houghton Lake.
I'm not.
I'll do it.
but I
No,
want
that's a bit much.
Skip it to Maryland, Virginia, and St. Croix.
There you go.
So we're not gonna mail it anyplace.
Not unless we absolutely have to, but I hope we don't. So all should be local.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
Oh.
it should be local.
That's
Well,
one
if
thing
we-
though, you do it online and you don't know where
I
you might get
know.
an order from.
Well, you
That's the only
specify
thing
in
I-
your,
But
You
I will
specified-
go ahead and put on there that if they wanted us to mail it, it's going to cost them an extra $20.
Yeah,
Right, plus, I would say plus shipping.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would, that's,
Well, yeah, you gotta charge something for it. You can't just ship it
hi Jenny.
without charging something.
yeah.
Jenny. Okay, did we vote yet?
No, I'll call for the question.
Yeah.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Motion carried. Okay. New business.
I'd like to mention that.
Cindy, I
Lions-
think you have some new business.
For the Leos?
Yes.
Yes, we've been meeting. Oh, a couple of things. I'm sorry, Lorraine, I was thinking of something else. Oh, yeah, I've got some new information. This is exciting. The Brettonwood Lions Club gave $100 to our Leos for their child abuse program that they do in April.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
very nice of them. And I mentioned it to Kathy, but she's, we have to talk about it some more. So I have the check and,
Okay.
I'll see if she wants to deposit it in the for the Lions Club. I don't know what somebody's got feedback.
Yeah, there's a TV going or something.
Hey, it's Jenny.
Not here.
Jenny and Kathy.
Somebody's got a TV or radio going.
There it goes.
I can still hear.
There's still a piercing sound.
Right.
There,
There it
now
goes.
it's good.
Anyway, so I don't know if she'll want to put it in the Lions Club account or in the school, but I do want to have it done in the at least cash the check in the next week or two. Kathy is, her daughter is having a baby, and she is having some preeclampsia, some pregnancy issues, so she's bedridden, and that means that Kathy is concerned normally about her. And so the Lions Club, the Leos Club, I'm sorry, is still moving along. However, it's a little more, she's a little concerned about what she's going to do. And so that's a little up in the air. But we have been meeting every Friday at 3:30. So if actually, if somebody would like to join us at 3:30 on Friday, they could let either myself or Kathy know, and she would send the Zoom account to you. They have been working on programs for the Leos have been working on programs for the animal shelter, and they made some dog things for the animal shelter, and we did have someone come and speak on Friday last week. I would mention that this is kitty season, as they talk about it, and if you have any canned kitten foods, the canned kitten foods, they could really use some. They need that more than anything else, because people bring stuff out, but right now it's kitten food.
Mm.
So does
Okay.
anybody have any questions or thoughts on this Leo's project?
Who's the check made out to?
The Leo's Club.
Lions?
It should
The
go in the
Leo's
Lions
Club?
account. It should go in the
I'm-
Lions account.
Well, what I wondered about with that, I think that's a good idea. And also I do wonder, I don't know if they're going to be doing what they did before with the pinwheels, because that was really something that one of their Leos really was strongly involved in. And I don't know that they have the same people involved right now. So that's, I did wonder if they don't use it for the pinwheels or for exactly what they did before when I think the governor came and talked, he's from that club and saw the program. If I'm not mistaken, that's how this all evolved. You think it's a problem if they use it for something besides, I mean, not the pinwheels or the garden, but something else related to child abuse?
It makes
What?
no difference to me, whatever they would want to use it for.
Yeah, as long
Okay.
as it's child abuse related, yeah.
Okay, so the suggestion is that they put it in the Lions Club and use it for whatever they want related to child abuse.
That sounds good.
Okay, is there anyone who would like to get on the 3:30 calls on Friday?
Not me. I'm gonna be busy.
All right,
I
Well-
guess if they want to, they'll give you a call and you can give it to them then.
okay. Does
Okay.
anybody know how Melinda is doing? Has
What's
anybody
the
heard
matter
from
with Melinda?
Yeah, what happened with Melinda?
No, I just wondered if anybody had heard from Melinda.
Where did I hear from her? She was in one of the meetings not too long ago. I think one that
Yeah,
you
she
weren't
was.
at.
Oh, okay, maybe it was last time. All right,
I can tell you about Dave Scott. Of course, most of you knew he fell and broke his leg. Upper right femur, and he has plates and screws in it. And Deb said he goes to see the doctor on the 17th, but he is walking around with a walker. I didn't ask her how he did it or anything, but he seems to be getting around better, she said. And I talked to her last week.
He was walking out to his pole barn and there was ice. And
Oh,
he
geez.
trying to avoid the ice and it didn't work
Mhm.
and went down. Then he
Oh,
had to,
golly.
All
then
too
he
easy
had
to
to
do.
crawl over to some snow to try and get up. And that
Mhm.
didn't work. So Deb, he called Deb and she came out with a four-wheeler and somehow she got him on the four-wheeler and got him up to the house and
Uh-huh.
set up a folding chair in their driveway, and he sat in the folding chair waiting for the ambulance to
Mm.
come get him.
Oh, boy.
Was he only in one night? He had
Pardon?
surgery,
Yeah.
only in one night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just his one leg, right leg, yeah. Yeah, he was in the hospital at least 2 nights. Yeah, he was in the hospital 2 nights.
Sign you have to be careful. Okay, we got any other new business?
Yes.
If
I would
not,
like I would like to mention that Lion Jim Hayes is having to rebuild some of our flower boxes down on State Street
Oh.
Bridge. And
yeah,
he's working on that in his garage when the weather permits, when it's warm enough and stuff like that. So we will have to reimburse him for the lumber that he's got, but they were, the ones he replaced, the dirt and everything was falling out of them, that they were in pretty bad shape, so needed to be done.
well, that's good. Okay, anything else?
So this is for Doug. I called Ruben, didn't get anybody there, left a message. I've got a back channel that I'm working on to get a hold of him. So we should be able to at least collect those glasses from Dart in one way, shape or form.
Thank you.
No problem. The other thing that just caught my mind thinking from Stan, we need to be looking at budgeting for flowers to put in those fancy new boxes.
Mhm.
We need to.
Yeah,
examine-
well, we need budget anyway, and we need officers for next year too.
So it's
That should be on the
usually,
agenda for next time.
yep,
If it stays
Okay,
warm,
I'm
we can
gonna-
meet outside.
I'm gonna jump ahead here, and then we'll do the presentation, and if Doug has to go, that means, we'll have to go, but as most of you know, the convention has been canceled, and our governor is going to be here at our next meeting. More than likely, it'll be on Zoom. And they also said that they're going to try and get together a one-day event on May 1st outside where there can be more people allowed. So there'll be more information coming on that. Canceling the convention didn't surprise me.
They still
And
want
anybody who
our-
made reservations will get their money back.
I noticed they still want our delegates to fill out the form for the,
Yeah, because they still got to vote on they have to vote on the ones that are running. So we need the delegates to fill out the form and get it to,
I think it's, Becky.
okay,
Yeah, it goes to Becky.
Becky, yeah.
If anybody needs.
So that
help,
needs
let me know.
That needs to be done and sent to her, and our delegates are Stan and Karen, so,
Is that something that?
okay.
Can we do that online?
I've got the form and I think we can.
Yeah,
probably do it
I
on-
think she said, you could do that online.
Yeah, if you'd send.
I
it
don't
to-
have it pulled up. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have it right here at the moment, so,
Doug, that's something you take care of, right?
I can take care of that.
Okay,
okay,
because that'll take care of.
Thank
both
you.
Stan and me.
Okay.
all right. Now, presentation.
Okay, I have not done screen share before, so this will be an interesting experiment. I'll get the video open here.
Like I say, if Doug disappears, that's because he's got another meeting.
Right, okay, let's see here. Share screen. Q. Okay, do you see the screen there? It's a Michigan Forum blue curtain.
not yet.
No,
Okay, open. Okay, you see it yet?
no.
I seen it.
Okay, security and privacy zone. I don't know what, it's asking me for something about privacy.
I'm gonna make you a host now.
I think Doug has to make you a host first.
Oh, all right,
I just did.
okay. Zoom will not be able to record the contents until it is quit. Quit now. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Share screen. Oh, here we go. Do you see it now?
It's coming.
Yep.
Yep, there it is.
Okay,
Got
we'll
it.
start it. Gonna move it.
There he is.
Oops, we've got to get it to the right spot here. There we go. Nope, not quite. Okay, almost. I need to get it past. Well, I'm just
In
gonna come.
addition to all of these commitments, Lyon Daniel is currently serving as second vice district governor of District 22D in Delaware. Because of his warmth and his talent with both written and spoken words, Daniel has already had opportunities to speak at many Lyons district, state, and national level events. We are honored to have him with us here today. Daniel's topic this morning is how to evolve our service to survive. Lyon Daniel, we eagerly await your presentation. Take it away.
Well, hello, Michigan Lions. How are you doing today? It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you. Ever since I first heard about the Michigan Lions Forum, I have wanted to attend in person, but we will make do the best we can. And the next time that the pandemic is over and I am able to travel there, I want to come as an attendee and be there to just share in fellowship with you all. My presentation today is how to evolve our service to survive. And we are going to learn how to revitalize, re-energize, and reinvigorate our clubs, our zones, our districts, and our association as a whole. I do want to say, as I begin, that this is not a lecture. This is a conversation. And it might be a one-sided conversation for this moment, but I hope it is a dialogue that begins today and carries on for the rest of our lives. I look forward to meeting with you and connecting with you so I can learn from your service journey. Everywhere you go, it is important to realize one essential fact. Service learning is a two-way street, and one must always be prepared to learn something totally new. I have learned something from all of the Michigan Lions I have been privileged enough to meet in my time, whether or not it was how fun Lions can be from PID Gary Anderson when we were in Louisiana together, or how to serve compassionately from PID Jenny Ware, who I work with on the Lions virtual movement, or even how to have an innovative fundraiser from ID Justin Faber and the Oogly Lions with their goat sale. That is such a great idea. And it's always important to try and learn from every Lion you meet. And that's the silver lining of this pandemic, is that we can connect and truly for the first time be a global association that learns globally and serves globally. So I want to tell you today just a little bit how we evolved service in my district, which is Delaware. So a bit of a history. My club is the Bellefonte Lions, and we formed as a branch club of the Claymont Lions in March of 2017. We started with 5 members. We chartered as our own club in March of 2018 with 68 members, and we now have 130 members, and we do service projects 6 days a week. But how do we do that? How did we do that? Whenever you hear an inspirational and a motivational speaker and they say it's so easy just to change, but then they don't necessarily tell you how to change. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How we went from 5 members and evolved, even in the midst of a pandemic, to continue to grow. We have added 25 members since July 1st of 2020 in the midst of a pandemic. So which global service caused our district to evolve? Was it disaster relief? Was it childhood cancer? Was it vision? It was chess. Now, I know you might be thinking at this moment, hold on, Lyon Daniel. I don't remember seeing chess as one of our 5 global service projects. Well, it's not. But where there's a need, there's a lion. And when we first became a club, and we had a branch club with 5 members, we walked around the streets of the town that we wanted to serve, and we asked the people in those streets, they say, what is the need in your community, in our community? And they told us, our kids don't have anything to do. So we said, well, can we talk to your kids? what would you like to do? And this movie, it's a great movie. It's called The Queen of Katwe, had just come out. And it's about a girl living in Africa who learns to play chess and goes on this amazing journey. And the kids had just seen that movie. They said, Lion Daniel, we want to learn how to play chess. Okay, excellent. I'll tell you what, next Thursday, why don't you come and we'll have a chess tournament. And then I promptly began to freak out because I hadn't played chess in 20 years. But I figured, how hard is it to learn just enough chess to beat a 12-year-old? Well, it turns out it's pretty hard. We started with 8 people in the chess club that grew to 14, that grew to 20. And an amazing thing happened. We ended up recruiting the parents of every single one of the kids in that chess club. Why? Because if you make time for someone's kids, they will make time for you. So from that chess club, we grew in membership. And then we asked the kids, what else did they want to do? And they said, Lion Daniel, we would like to ride bikes. I said, that's great. Do you have bikes? And they said, no. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'm going to find some bikes. And next Friday, why don't you come on out and we'll ride some bikes. And I managed to reach out to the network of Lions and ask if anyone had bikes. And we came up with 7 bikes and I was so excited. The problem was we had 30 kids show up that Friday. What do? Well, I made a promise to those kids. And I said, here's the deal. Why don't you come back next Friday? Instead of coming at 6 o'clock, come at 5 o'clock. And for each of you that come at 5 o'clock, we're going to walk around this community and we're going to pick up trash. We're going to serve. And for every of you that puts in an hour of service, I will get you 1 point. And if you earn 25 points, I will buy you a bike. And those kids, they came not just every Friday. They asked if they could come on Saturdays. They asked if they could come on Sundays. Every single one of them earned their bikes. And I figured once they'd earned their bikes that they would stop wanting to come and serve. No. They said, Lion Daniel, we want to keep doing this. We want to keep serving. I said, why? And they said, well, doing good feels good. And they became our Leo Club. So if you serve the youth, we can revitalize, re-energize, and reinvigorate our entire association. They are the future. And as I just heard last night, First Vice President Doug Alexander to say, Leos are not our future, they are our present. So we need to think outside of the box and we need to challenge tradition because it's important to ask just for a moment, close your eyes wherever you're sitting and think to yourself the question, what is Lions Clubs International to you? And while you're thinking, I want to tell you the tale of the blind man and the elephant in the room. Now, you may have heard this story. Thoughts become perception, perception becomes reality, alter your thoughts and you alter reality. So the tale of the blind man is that there's a bunch of people who are blind and they're standing around an elephant and each one of them is feeling a different part of that elephant's body. And so you have some people who are feeling the tusk and they say, this must be a rope. It feels like a rope. And there are people who are touching the sides and they say, oh, this must be a wall because it feels like a wall or a spear. Well, the reality is the elephant in the room is Lions Club. Because when you all thought of something, we all thought of something different. Some of us think it's vision screening. Some of us think it's protocol. Some of us think it's lots of meetings. Some of us think it's writing checks. Some of us think it's yellow vests. Some of us think it's pancakes. But in our heart of hearts, we know that Lions Clubs International is service. And there are moments when we have to return to our roots. How do we evolve and serve to survive? By returning to our roots, service, service above all. We need to be the change we want to see in our association. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one that is the most adaptable to change. I'm proud to say, Lions all over the world are adapting to change. The fact that we are still meeting here today virtually, despite a global shutdown, shows that there is hope and that we are adapting. But when you ask the question, who wants change, all the hands go up. But who wants to change? That's a lot harder. So how do we do that? We need to think generationally. We need to inspire and ignite generational thinking. If we want Lions to be serving in the 3rd century of service, we have to start working with the people who will be alive during that time. We have to plant those seeds. They say a society truly becomes great when the old wise men and women learn to plant seeds for the trees in whose shade that they will never sit. We need to think generationally when it comes to what you're doing. If we give the young people a voice, they will get involved in the process, but it has to start with listening to them. You see, they have a voice. We just need to give them a seat at the table. There's a story I heard from a young Leo advisory panelist from several years ago who had been appointed to one of the highest positions a Leo can hold in the world. And he attended his first multiple district convention, and he had an idea of service. And he walked up to 2 of the senior statesmen of his multiple district and said, "I've got an idea." And they turned to him and said, "Sit down. The adults are talking." We need to learn how to listen to that next generation. And we need to learn how to raise that next generation together as a whole. So when it comes to engaging meaningful youth in making change, how do we do that? Well, here's a call to action. If every single Lions Club in the world began to serve the youth, and not only serve the youth, serve with the youth, actually ask them what they want to do, empower them, give them leadership roles, we could change the direction of the way our membership is going. Let me give you an example of what that looks like here in Delaware. This is a week in the life of the Bellefonte Lions pre-COVID. So on Monday nights, we had the Future Leaders Basketball Association. It's a team practice for 80 middle school aged girls that we use the Lions Quest curriculum with. On Tuesday nights, we did the Art is Life, teaching art and design skills. We also use the Lions Quest curriculum with that. And that's a evidence-based curriculum that goes from kindergarten through high school, and it teaches social emotional learning along with drug and alcohol abuse prevention. It combines those elements with service learning to improve empathy and good decision-making skills. On Wednesday nights, we did the Gloves Against Drugs program. It's a boxing and fitness program. Life skills, prevention, and education. We also use the Lions Quest with this. You'll see a theme. Thursday nights, well, we did the chess club. And as you can see where they are playing chess, they play chess right in front of our Lions Club banner and their Leo banner each and every single week. On Friday nights, we had farmers markets and our Leo Club meetings. And on Saturday nights, we did field trips and service, taking them to new experiences that they had never before had the opportunity to do. And then that's actually us cleaning the streets so that they could earn points for the bikes that I talked about. But then all of a sudden, COVID-19 happened. And the world shut down and service stopped. Or did it? Because this is a week in the life of the Bellefonte Lions post-COVID. On Mondays, we partnered with a local farm, organic farm, in order to get fresh food to make deliveries to people in need. We also partnered with the Food Bank of Delaware in order to begin to feed. And the youth that we serve distributed those farm co-op boxes to the community. Right there, that gentleman standing on the far right, that is Leo Lion Germain. 18-year-old Lion. On Tuesdays, we did book collections, and we partnered with the local barbershops and dropped off the books at the barbershops and community centers because people need something to read while they're on lockdown. We partnered with a local Muslim community center who made masks that we distributed to the community. On Wednesday nights, we did drug prevention PSA recordings. We partnered with Highmark Delaware, which is one of the largest insurers in the state of Delaware, and we did an anti-opioid campaign with our Leos. On Thursday nights, we did love pop-up parades where we sat around with our Leos and we made positive messages on poster boards and then took them and held them up outside of senior centers so that the people who were isolated inside and whose family could not visit would know that they were loved. On Friday nights, we still do community cleanups, except now it is all wearing masks. And on Saturdays, we still do field trips and services, food distribution, and then taking our Leos to the beach just so that they could get out and be around. So all of that sounds great. But how do we get there from where we are here? We need to build for the future so we can evolve to serve. There are 3 magic words in which I use for everything, and my club uses for everything, and my district now uses for everything. And those 3 words are in partnership with. We are not the only association or organization in the world that wants to make a better place. We need to find those businesses that want to make a difference and partner with them. When we just had 5 members, we wrote down the list of every single organization within a 10-mile radius that served the youth, because that we figured was what we wanted to do. And we gave them all a call. When's your next event? We want to come and volunteer for you. And we put on our Lions gear and we went out and we served our hearts out. We didn't ask for anything. We didn't tell them who Lions were. We showed them. And invariably, at the end of every single event, someone would come up to us and say, "Who are you people? You're amazing." Well, we're Lions. Well, who are Lions? Well, we serve. How can we get you at our next event? Well, why don't you come to our next club meeting and tell us all about it? See? Then they were asking us about Lions. So ask yourself, what local community organizations could be potential partners for you and youth programming in the district? How do we partner with the things that exist? But of course, some people say, well, Lion Daniel, that's great and all, but your club partnered with the community center and you have space to do those programs. We don't have space. Because you need space to turn these ideas into reality. Every program needs a space, whether or not you're in an urban or a rural setting. But the good thing is that a space is any place youth can gather. Is it a park outside?
Wednesday night.
Is it a church that has a youth group that is looking for people to help with them? Is it your local library? Any place that youth can gather can be a place. You can run any single one of these programs. But you might say, but Lion Daniel, we don't have someone who is an artist. We don't have someone who is a boxer. We don't have someone who teaches girls basketball. Well, neither did we. When I met those people, I asked a question of any potential recruit. Before I tell them about Lions or show them about Lions, I ask them, what are you passionate about? You start there with a question. Find out what they're passionate about. So I would be talking to a local artist and they would say, well, I'm passionate about teaching art. And I would say, excellent. That's exactly what Lions do. And they would look at me kind of confused for a moment and say, really? And I'd pull out a membership application and say, well, they do now. How about you join our club and we'll make this a new service project. And in fact, we're not asking you to do anything additional other than what you are passionate about. In fact, we're offering to help you do that as well. So once you manage to engage the youth, say you form a partnership and you have some youth who are around, what do you do next? Well, it's important and important enough to say twice. Any decision concerning the youth must involve youth as a part of the decision-making process. We put Leos on our board of directors and they come to our Lions Club meeting. And everything our club does, the youth in our community have a voice in. They help decide what our service projects are. So as a result, we have a 100% conversion rate from Leo to Leo Lion. Every single time someone turns 18, they ask me for their birthday. Lion Daniel, can I get a Lions Club application? Why? Because we are raising them. They are our family. So why wouldn't they want to join this association? What is the official motto of the Lions Clubs International? And all the people at home say, our motto is not we meet. Sometimes I think we've forgotten that. And it's okay. But we need to find a way to add service into everything that we do, including our meetings. So how do we do that? Well, even on Zoom, we make sure all of our members have blank cards. And we make time out of every Zoom meeting, 5-10 minutes, to have a card writing moment where we write cards to seniors or veterans or troops serving across the seas or children in a childhood cancer ward. We add service to everything we do. Because how many of you joined Lions to attend a meeting? I know I didn't. I know there are some who joined for fellowship, but ultimately speaking, service, 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 service needs to be our guiding keywords in everything that we do. Meeting Prevention Month is here. Don't worry. How many of you attended this meeting? Welcome to 4 p.m. I know I've been there. What is the purpose? The purpose needs to be service, talking about service. We need to add service as a part of everything we do as Lions. And then you'll discover that people want to join and that people will keep coming back and wanting to be a part. But it's also important to learn how to tell our story. It is. You heard in the introduction that they had learned about me on Facebook. Now, I'm a brand new Lion. Only thing I post about is Lionism. Each and every single post is about Lions. So everyone in my community that is a part of my Facebook page sees it nonstop. All positivity, nothing else. I treat my social media like it's a Lions Club meeting. Non-sectarian, no politics. I only discuss service. And as a result, we have people who message us and say, hey, you know what? I saw that on Facebook. I'd like to come and join your club. So we all need to build upon the success of what we do. These are, in fact, two of our Leos, Harmony and Jasmine. And if you notice, they're wearing Lions Club vests. We actually make a challenge. So the two top Leos that serve the most at the next Lions event, at the next service event, they get to wear a Lions vest just for that time to get them, the sense and taste of this is something that is desirable, but they can't wait to get a hold of that because it's something that they have earned through service and a recognition of that service. So here is the result. These are our Lions, and these are our Leos. We serve with diversity. And here is the community that we serve. So this is an event here. We started, it is called the Police and Princess Ball. And those are all young women in our community. And I reached out and I asked what the need was. And they said, we need something for the young women in our community. And so I talked to Master Corporal Tracy Duffy from the Newcastle County Police Department, who is now Lion Master Corporal Tracy Duffy. And I asked her if she was willing to come up with something with me. And she had an idea. How about we take an evening in which we get dresses donated to these young women and we get a ballroom and we turn them into princesses. And the Lions will help support this and we'll partner with our local police department. And this was that event. And I would just like to show you what in partnership with looks like, what evolving to survive through service looks like. And here it is.
I assume that's it.
Showing a video without words. Enjoy.
And you have to get off here soon, don't you, Doug?
Yeah, pretty soon.
Well, this is a fun event that he's sharing, but if you have to cut it off, go ahead and do so. This is pretty much the end of the presentation.
Okay, I think we're gonna call it off now. Thanks,
Okay,
everybody. Thanks, Karen.
Yes, thanks, Karen.
you're welcome.
I'll just call this meeting and we will adjourn until our next one.
Okie dokie.
See you in a couple.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thanks,
Great to
Doug.
see you all.
Good seeing you all.
So long.
Bye.
Good to
Good to
meet